book on loving kindness based on His Holiness the Drikung Kagyu founder in honor of the first turning of the Dharma chakra. And this is edited by one of the lamas in North Carolina. And if all went to plan, they are inaugurating a meditation center in North Carolina. And it even says like on July 19th, which is today. And it's so auspicious because I had the chance to meet the person who translated this text in person in Chicago. So, to commemorate and bless the auspicious occasion of the inauguration of the Dharma Hall at Drikung Kunzang Naktel in Green Mountain, North Carolina, this small compendium of Drikung Kyopa Jigten Sumgen's teaching on loving kindness, Yamspa Maitri, in Sanskrit, has been compiled, translated into English, and published to be distributed freely. This volume contains 5 complete texts and 2 partial extracts of teachings on loving kindness sourced from the collected teachings of Kyopa Kapo. The 8th and final text in this collection was composed by the first Kyabgon Chungtsang Rinpoche, Kunken Chokyi Drolma, 1595 to 1659. Based directly on Kyopa Rinpoche's insights, it provides practitioners with a detailed, systematic, and heartfelt set of contemplations for cultivating loving kindness. And the great thing about this is also there is an image of Achi Chokyi Drolma in the back. Who would have guessed? Among the many marvelous instructions bestowed upon us, his guidance on cultivating loving kindness stands out. We see him advising his followers to cultivate more stable loving kindness across all situations. When illnesses and adversity, such as droughts and natural disasters, arise, when facing obstacles and obstructions, when performing blessings and consecration rituals, when guiding people towards peaceful death and fortunate rebirth, when making ritual offerings to spirits and ghosts, when arriving at a new and potentially hostile location, and when protecting oneself and others from harm. Most importantly, alongside its counterpart, compassion, karuna, loving kindness is shown to be completely indispensable to the generation of bodhicitta, the altruistic motivation to achieve Buddhahood. Although much of what Jigten Sumgen taught on loving kindness will be easily recognized by any student of Buddhism, several of his unique emphases deserve special highlighting. The necessity of identification. Cultivating loving kindness is difficult without identifying its essence. While the majority of standard instructions pass over this direct recognition, Jigten Sumgen taught that we have to recognize it as the exact feeling of warmth that naturally arises when a parent beholds a beloved child. It is an affectionate, endearing heart that springs forth spontaneously. If one practices patience and dons the armor of loving kindness, anger and agitation are pacified, and a rain of lotuses falls. Om Swasti. May the precious 3 jewels be forever victorious. Whosoever burns with the mass of fires of afflictions, devoid of the moisture of loving kindness, hard to tame, persisting in malice, with the scorching sunlight heat of the 10 non-virtues and the like, to abandon the thieves who scorch the seed of liberation, and to rely upon the excellent path, I shall speak a few words, listen with a devoted mind. Abiding in the dark stream of wrong knowledge, speaking idle talk, harsh words with the conceit of self-importance, engaging in disparagement and refutation with deceitful talk, ill deeds, ignorance, and other such activities of confusion, abandon all of these entirely along with their non-virtuous seeds, and protect the harvest of virtuous excellence. Through the dependent arising of the field, intention, and object, even regarding a single thing that has been extremely subtle, since there exists the power and strength to offer to the noble ones of the 3 times and to ripen and liberate sentient beings, accomplish the dependent arisings that are utterly pure of the three spheres. If the stainless, disciplined conduct highly praised by the victors is well guarded without being impaired, when in the temporary and ultimate all qualities of virtuous excellence without exception will arise, and one will become the crown jewel for beings, including the gods. Though one is abused, fought with, contended with, and even if one is extremely reviled, if by oneself patience is practiced and the great armor of loving kindness is donned, anger and agitation are pacified, and a rainfall of lotuses will fall. Sentient beings, sinking in the inexhaustible mud of samsara, who are without protection and devoid of an army, in order to bring them relief and guide them from the stay forward. If one is diligent in practicing the conduct of awakening, one will oneself become a lord of Dharma who guides beings. When all phenomena are understood by the wisdom that knows them to be a nature birthless from the beginning, the dense views of grasping will be destroyed, and the primordial wisdom of all knowing ones will be attained. Thus, having become endowed with all qualities, the wish-fulfilling tree of bodhicitta, having become very firm, beings tormented by the heat of afflictions are sustained by the cooling shade of the sublime Dharma. Having become a great captain who delivers them to the supreme unsurpassed awakening, sentient beings are ferried across the inexhaustible ocean of samsara and are led to the island of unsurpassed jewels. So that was the first part of this oral instructions, and if you have a chance, you can get your free copy in North Carolina, Urban Dharma. Thank you guys for listening, and happy birthday to Chetsang Rinpoche, who is a companion to the reincarnation of Chungtsang Rinpoche.